Ever misplaced something and found it in the least likely place? It happens to the best of us, whether it's keys, phones, or wallets. But sometimes what's discovered goes beyond the ordinary lost and found scenario. It's those moments that take us on a journey into the realms of the bizarre and the unexpected. Today, we're delving into a world where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. Get ready to explore the 10 most astonishing finds in the most unlikely places, each one as bewildering and intriguing as the location where it was discovered. Join us as we uncover the hidden, the unusual, and the downright strange. Number 10. Mysterious sewer creature. In the shadowy depths of Raleigh, North Carolina's sewer tunnels, a camera captured a sight that's not for the faint-hearted. This footage reveals a bizarre, pulsating mass, clinging to the sewer walls, its movements almost lifelike and undeniably unsettling. If you're thinking it's something straight out of a sci-fi alien movie, you're not alone. Many jump to conclusions of extraterrestrial origins, but the reality is equally fascinating and a bit more repulsive. What appeared to be an alien life form is, in fact, a living, thriving colony of tubifex worms. These creatures had latched onto roots infiltrating the sewer pipes. The spotlight's warmth triggered their movement, creating the illusion of a singular, heaving organism. These worms are known for inhabiting stagnant waters and decaying organic matter, making the sewer an ideal home. It's an unexpected encounter with the less glamorous side of nature, a reminder of the diverse and often hidden ecosystems that exist beneath our cities. So next time you think of aliens in sewers, remember, it might just be a congregation of earthly, albeit slightly gross, tubifex worms doing what they do best. Number 9. Bags of money in the road. Picture this. A regular day in Caroline County, Virginia, turns extraordinary for one family. They're out and about, perhaps just doing their part to keep the environment clean, picking up trash bags scattered along the road. Now let's be real. Picking up random trash bags isn't everyone's cup of tea. It's kind of unusual, right? But hey, to each their own. So they're collecting these bags, possibly thinking they're doing a good deed, and they bring them home. I mean, who knows what you could find in a random roadside trash bag? It's pretty much a mystery box situation. But instead of finding something unsavory like old diapers or something equally unpleasant, they hit the jackpot. And I mean that quite literally. Inside these unassuming trash bags were smaller packages filled with cold, hard cash. We're talking about a staggering $1 million. Each package was neatly wrapped and labeled Cash Vault. Now, that's not something you see every day, is it? The family, realizing this isn't your average find, did the honorable thing. They called the Caroline County authorities to report their $1 million discovery. The money was safely returned, and an investigation kicked off to unravel this mind-boggling mystery. How did $1 million end up discarded on a country road? Number 8. Civil War Cannonball in Tree. In Independence, Missouri, a routine task of chopping down an old, diseased walnut tree turned into a surprising historical discovery. This wasn't just any tree. It had been standing tall and proud since the Civil War era. Little did anyone know, it held a hidden artifact from the past. Embedded within the trunk of this century-old tree was a cannonball, likely from the year 1862. The tree was located outside the Overfelt Johnston House, a significant site during the Civil War. This house had witnessed the first Battle of Independence in 1862, where 14 soldiers lost their lives and 18 were injured in a fierce clash between 800 Confederate and 350 Union soldiers. The cannonball, now safely housed in the Jackson County Historical Museum, is a remarkable find. It's believed to have been one of the shots fired by Union soldiers before being overpowered by the Confederate forces. Interestingly, other cannonballs from that era were found in the now historic house, but this one had remained hidden for over a century, encapsulated by nature. It's amazing how a tree, which quietly observed the unfolding of history, became a guardian of a long-forgotten artifact. This discovery not only adds a physical dimension to our understanding of the Civil War, but also reminds us of the intertwining of nature and history. Number 7. Mysterious Metal Monolith. In November 2020, a group of biologists embarked on a routine helicopter survey over southeastern Utah, focusing on bighorn sheep research. However, what they stumbled upon was anything but routine. Amid the red sandstone canyons of northern San Juan County, they spotted a peculiar gleaming object. Its presence in such a remote area sparked a whirlwind of curiosity and speculation. Was it extraterrestrial? The thought was irresistible. The discovery quickly ignited media frenzy. For a region where news often revolves around the mundane, this was a welcome and intriguing diversion. Everyone wanted to know more about this mysterious metallic monolith. It wasn't long before adventurous souls, armed with GPS devices, began flocking to the site to see this anomaly for themselves. What was initially a bewildering spectacle turned out to be an illegal installation, having been in place for years unnoticed. The Bureau of Land Management eventually stepped in, removing the structure due to the overwhelming attention it garnered. Interestingly, this wasn't an isolated incident. Similar monoliths have popped up worldwide, with estimates suggesting as many as 200 installations in various countries. Each one adds to the global puzzle, leaving us to wonder about their origins and the intent behind these mysterious installations. Number 6. Stolen Ferrari buried in backyard. Imagine this: a Ferrari Dino 246 GTS, a stunning piece of automotive art, mysteriously vanishes underground. It's hard to fathom, right? A car, especially a Ferrari, is hardly something you'd expect to find buried in someone's backyard. Yet, that's exactly what happened in Los Angeles back in February 1978. This lost treasure was unearthed, almost like a scene from a movie, revealing the iconic vehicle which had been reported stolen 4 years earlier, in December 1974. The plot thickens when you learn that the car had been meticulously wrapped in plastic, as if someone intended to protect it from the elements underground, possibly planning to reclaim it later. The question is, why bury such a luxury car in the first place? Was it an elaborate insurance scam, or perhaps an extravagant prank taken to extremes? The story of this underground Ferrari is shrouded in mystery. It's a fascinating tale that blurs the lines between reality and fiction. Who would go to such lengths to hide a Ferrari, and why? Share your theories in the comments. Could this be a tale of cunning deceit, or just an eccentric act gone awry? Number 5. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Stumbling upon a skeleton entwined in a tree is certainly not something you'd expect while exploring nature's beauty, but that's exactly what a dog walker discovered in the Scottish Highlands. Imagine walking through lush greenery, only to find the skeletal remains of a person, with branches and tendrils of the tree eerily wrapped around it. The sight was so surreal it seemed straight out of a scene from The Wicker Man. The most baffling part: no one knows the identity of the person or how their remains ended up in such an unusual place. It's as if nature itself claimed the skeleton, weaving it into its own structure, creating a hauntingly symbiotic relationship. The mystery deepens with questions like how the body got there and why the tree seemed to embrace it so intimately. This peculiar discovery opens up a world of questions and theories. Was it a tragic accident, or is there a deeper, darker story behind it? The truth, shrouded in mystery, might remain undiscovered, leaving us with nothing but speculation. As always, I'm curious to hear your theories in the comments below. What do you think is the story behind this macabre find? Number 4. The Betts Mystery Sphere. In 1974, a Florida family stumbled upon an enigma on their property, igniting a flurry of conspiracy theories. The so-called Betts Mystery Sphere, as it became known, was no ordinary find. This metallic orb, slightly smaller than a bowling ball at 8 inches in diameter and weighing around 30 pounds, captured everyone's imagination. And of course, aliens were the go-to explanation because when in doubt, why not aliens? The Betts family reported some peculiar behaviors of this sphere. It seemed to possess a life of its own, moving and vibrating independently, even producing noises. One intriguing observation was its reaction to music. Playing the guitar would cause the sphere to emit a throbbing sound, much to the family dog's distress. Such odd reactions only fueled the extraterrestrial speculations. The mystery deepened until the United States Navy intervened for an analysis. Their conclusion? The sphere was of earthly origin, likely a product similar to those manufactured by a local Jacksonville equipment company. Despite this rather mundane revelation, it wasn't enough to douse the flames of UFO theories and speculation. To this day, in certain circles, the Betts Mystery Sphere remains a topic of intrigue and wonder, a testament to our fascination with the unexplained. Number 3. Finds money under floorboards. Picture this. A family in Massachusetts holds onto a captivating rumor passed down through generations. It's not just any story, but one that hints at a hidden treasure within their home. Unlike the usual family tales, this one speaks of a secret lockbox, rumored to be filled with cash. As they prepare to sell their ancestral home, curiosity gets the better of them. They decide to put this legend to the test. Enter a Connecticut-based treasure hunter, a professional in uncovering lost relics. He arrives, equipped not just with tools, but with a knack for solving mysteries. The family shares the only clue they have. The lockbox is said to be hidden at a spot where sunlight from two crossing windows meets. This vague hint could have led to a chaotic search, tearing the house apart. But our treasure hunter opts for a smarter approach. Armed with a metal detector and some logical thinking, he zeroes in on a corner of the attic within just an hour. The real magic happens when he deploys a tiny camera, sneaking it through the floorboards' crevices, and there it is, the moment of truth. A box is found, just as the legend claimed. Inside the box, a staggering $46,000, but the real value might be much higher, considering the money's age and historical significance. This discovery leaves us pondering, what family legends might you have? Could they lead to a hidden fortune? If you've got a story like this, I'd love an invite to dinner. Let's uncover the secrets that might be hiding right under our noses. Number 2. Dinosaur bones in sewer tunnel. Imagine you're just going about your regular workday, excavating a sewer tunnel in Edmonton, Canada, and suddenly you come across something extraordinary. Dinosaur bones embedded in the tunnel walls. That's exactly what happened to a group of unsuspecting workers. Initially, the sight of bones emerging from the earth might send anyone into a bit of a panic, with visions of horror movies flashing through their minds. But as it turned out, these weren't just any old bones. They were relics from a bygone era. These million-year-old fossils significantly dialed down the fear factor, transforming the discovery into a fascinating glimpse into the past. Among the unearthed treasures were a limb bone and a tooth. Sure, it wasn't the kind of grandiose find that would rewrite history books, but the significance was still remarkable. The bones were identified as likely belonging to an Albertosaurus, a type of dinosaur native to the region. These ancient remnants offered a rare peek into the prehistoric world that once thrived in what's now Canada. It's not every day that you come across dinosaur fossils, especially in a modern-day sewer project. This surprising find underlines the fact that remnants of the ancient world can still surface in the most unexpected places, leaving us in awe of the Earth's long and storied history. Number 1. Apollo rockets on ocean floor. Imagine being so passionate about space that you'd embark on an underwater treasure hunt for relics of past space missions. That's exactly what Jeff Bezos, the Amazon CEO and known space enthusiast, did. Bezos's fascination with space isn't just a passing fancy. It's a deep-rooted obsession that has grown into ambitious plans for space travel and lunar colonization. But before his ventures into space tourism, he was a space nerd with an extraordinary budget. So when Bezos set his sights on recovering lost Apollo rockets from the 1960s and 70s, he poured his resources into a privately funded quest. These rockets, critical for the initial stages of Apollo missions, were designed to detach and plummet back to Earth, disappearing into the ocean depths. Throughout the golden era of space exploration in the 60s and 70s, numerous Apollo missions saw their boosters plunge into the sea, seemingly lost forever. However, with Bezos's hefty investment, the search for these historic artifacts began. While some may wonder why Bezos would undertake such a task, perhaps it was a matter of because he could. His commitment paid off when, after 2 years of diligent efforts, the engines were finally located and resurrected from their watery grave in 2012. Following a meticulous restoration, these engines, once key players in mankind's quest to reach the stars, are now proudly displayed at Seattle's Museum of Flight. This endeavor not only showcases Bezos's profound passion for space, but also exemplifies how determination can uncover lost chapters of our spacefaring history.